So I'm just going to go over something we've been working with one of our players. He's working on two things. Number one, we were just kind of working on contact. And really what we're trying to do is create his horizontal to be earlier so he can get his low point ahead of the golf ball because he struggles with hitting the ball fat. So we'd always tell him, like, hey, if you don't push forward that low point, if you keep that centered, we'll be behind the golf ball, right? So you tend to hit it fat. So we want to get this horizontal, peak horizontal to be earlier. This way we would get shifted his low point towards the target and move that low point ahead of the golf ball. The second thing that we wanted him to do, once he started to learn how to push towards the target, is create some more speed. So we then started to talk about how to raise his hands to create a longer hand path, right? So if you take him to the top, you can see he gets his hands just about shoulder height. And at the top of his swing, his head gets a little bit behind that golf ball, and it kind of stays behind the golf ball the entire time, right? So we started talking about shifting, and then we added the arm lift. What we turned out to be after that, once we got those two things together, is now more like the swing on the right here. So what we'll start to see now is his horizontal. You can see that first peak starts to get a lot earlier. So he starts to shift towards the target to get his center of mass in front of the golf ball. And when he did that, he actually starts to create a very nice tilt or longer moment arm, tilting forward. And it helps actually him create more vertical. But we didn't even talk about vertical at all. And all of a sudden he went from 149 vertical to 182. And if we take him to the top of his swing, just by having him lift his arms and create a longer hand path, he gets his club a lot more shallow and on plane. And he was able to generate a lot more club head speed, funny enough. If you look at, never mind the extra 27 yards of carry, but his club almost gained 9 miles of club head speed just by getting his hands higher up on his backswing. So by doing two things, creating a longer hand path to give the hands more opportunity to create speed, it also gave him that time to shift to his lead side and create more vertical to transfer that energy to the golf club, allowing him to hit the ball significantly further and faster.